Hello students, this is Supreme. You are watching YouTube channel Project JEE NEET. So guys, in this video, we are going to start a brand new chapter called the Calculus. Calculus is a part of the mathematics of class 11th and 12th, but we are going to start from the basics of the calculus, यानी कि differential calculus आज हम start करने वाले हैं. Differential calculus. I know differential calculus is a bit part away from the calculus because before the differential calculus we get limits and continuity. Limits, continuity, and differentiability is also comes under this differentiability. We will discuss all of this, but first we will discuss about the differential calculus in this lecture. So this lecture is going to be amazing lecture, so hope you watch it full. And the differential calculus, in this lecture we are going to cover all the theoretical part except the further concepts, but all the basic and formulas will be covered in this lecture. So this lecture is so much important in order to learn differential calculus. So before getting into the formulas, we first learn why we have to learn the differential calculus and what is the use of the calculus in this world or the universe. What is the use of the calculus? How the calculus was invented and what are the uses of calculus in this present situation. So we are going to see some terms. So if we get into the point of physics, so this is actually the mathematics lecture 1 of this chapter, this channel in the YouTube. But we are going to see in a point of view from physics. So the basic concept in a physics, let's take me example as the distance covered. तो मान लो एक ऑब्जेक्ट है and this is the ground and you are here and with you have a camera or a mobile phone which is an old model, a mobile phone which has an old model camera which shutters between a 1 second gap. I mean, if you have a mobile phone camera and that too an old model of the cameras, so that मान लो कि 1 सेकेंड का गैप रहता है, एक शॉट और एक शॉट खिचक 2 shots were being taken in 2 seconds. That means a click will be done in 1 second. And that's the maximum speed of taking shutters in your camera. So if this object is moving with a velocity v1, v2, v3, v4, v5 in intervals of delta t, at the same time intervals, मान लो कि ये v1, v2, v3, v4, v5 पे चल रहा है. So in order to calculate the total distance covered, so you are asked to calculate the total distance covered without moving, which means you have to stand here and in front of you the object is moving. So you have to estimate by keeping the camera in your hand. So how it's possible? So it is possible by taking lots of shots between constant rate पे आप कैमरा को यूज करके फोटो खींचना है. फोटो खींचने के बाद क्या करना, एक फोटो पे 1 सेकेंड का गैप है यहाँ पर और v1 v2 पे डेल्टा t के गैप. तो डिस्टेंस, सो वी हैव नो द डिस्टेंस फॉर्मूला. डिस्टेंस इज इक्वल टू स्पीड इनटू time. speed into time. So we have a constant time interval, but we don't have v1, v2, v3, v4, v5. So we will calculate by adding all the velocities and multiplying into delta t, we got a distance. But after calculating the distance by a calculator or your mind, then if you go here and calculate the actual distance which the object has traveled, then you got angry on your camera, because your camera does not measure accurate value of the distance here. So you thought, I don't have much closer camera to accurately measure this distance. So you go to the camera shop and you buy in a beautiful camera which has much more lesser shutter speed, and which takes 2 shots in 1 second. That means each shutter will be done in 0.5 second. So you came again and you stand here and you take lots of shots, same interval of time and same distances and same v1, v2, v3, v4, v5. So you added all the velocities, delta v by delta t, for all the intervals of the time, and you measured all the distance. So you got somewhat accurate. You calculated before that is so far away from the actual distance, but by comparing to this is somewhat actual, accurately measured distance by you. So what you have understood here, so we are adding, in order to measure a bigger distance, we are adding small distances here. If we add a big distance to a big distance and make a big distance, that is not accurate to the actual value. If you add small distances in a small time interval of time, then we got somewhat accurate value. So this is the meaning of the integration. We all integrate. The summation sigma is also applicable. We remove this sign in order to measure smaller distance, then we keep this sign, which is also known as integration symbol. So this is the use of the calculus. We will learn integration in the upcoming sessions, but for now we are going to discuss about the derivatives of the some functions. So remember one thing, by calculus chapter we all discuss about the only functions. In order to remember this, you have to all calculate the functions only. Okay, this is the best example in order to understand calculus integration in a simple manner. So I hope you all get idea what integration actually is. So if we are going to discuss in a differentiation, so that takes a lot of time, but I hope you learned in the 10th and 9th classes as well, if you have a foundation schools. Okay, differentiation is a somewhat easiest topic in order to compare to with the integration. So both are the easy chapters, but differentiation is a bit easier than integration. So let's go to the differentiation. So the reason behind starting the differentiation first before the limits is it's time for the differentiation. We would have completed the limits and continuity in the older days, but we didn't get the time to complete the limits and continuity. So they are surely discussed in the upcoming days. So wait for them. But for now, we go as usual as the timings, differential calculus. So what is differentiation? Differentiation is indicated by d by dx. So I will not go to the definition. So I will go to directly the formulas. So I will give you a list of formulas where all the formulas are written, and you will take a screenshot and you write them in the notes, or for every chapter you make a formula sheet. So know these tips: formula, sheet. You take a bigger paper and you write all the formulas related to these concepts. So now, for example, we are discussing about the differential calculus, differentiation. So take a white sheet and write all the formulas, all the concepts regarding this differential calculus, so that daily early in the morning you once see the formula sheet and you try to revise them. Okay, so that you can remember them all the upcoming days easy manner. So this helps you in the upcoming days, not now. Upcoming days this will be very helpful, and you will be thinking, I done a good job by writing all the formula sheet of each and every chapter. So this chapter contains all the formulas. Remember, these formulas must be in your mind all the time, because differential calculus is not a single chapter. Differential calculus will be coming in each and every chapter in regarding to physics and mathematics. This is the most important topic regarding to the boards and as well as the JEE as well. So let's go to the formulas. D by dx. So d by dx is the represents change or slope of a function. So actually it denotes the behavior of a function. So मान लो एक function है, तो इस function का behavior को बताने वाला term को हम differentiation term बोल देंगे. Differentiation, d by dx of a function gives you the behavior, tells you about the behavior at certain point, or tells you about an axis. Okay, this is the basic definition, and d by dx mainly gives you the slope of the function. So slope of the function is y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1 according to the coordinate geometry, and tan theta as well, tan theta. But we all don't want this type of simple problems, but d by dx gives you the accurate actual behavior of the function in according to the differential calculus. So we are going to make some examples and formulas of different functions, like we are going to discuss about the trigonometric functions, inverse trigonometric functions, hyperbolic functions, inverse hyperbolic functions as well, and then we first discuss about some basic logarithm functions, exponential functions. We are going to discuss all the functions and their d by dx, that means differential value of the functions and their formulas. So let's start with the most basic one. Heading लगा दो, formulas related to differentiation. Formulas related to differentiation. The first formula is, board clear है ना? Okay. First formula is d by dx of a constant. Some of you may know these formulas, some of you may not know these formulas, but these formulas are most important. This chapter contains only formulas, right? So d by dx of constant is 0. ये कैसे आया सर? So we are calculating the change in the constant with respect to x. There will be no change in the constant, right? This is a simple way to understand this formula. So this is actually the 0. And if the second one is d by dx of x, ये तो बच्चों का सवाल हो यार. So d by dx of x is actually 1. You can actually remember this in the terms of it's a funny way. So let's actually what is the funny way here? Dx by dx, cancel dx dt. So then you will get 1. This is a not actual way. We should not cancel out this, but for this case we will remember. This is a trick to remember this type of questions, but don't apply this in the remaining problems, upcoming problems, that will be problematical. So let's go to the third one. So what is third one? D by dx of log x. Log x is a function. We are calculating the d by dx value of log x. What is d by dx of log x? That is 1 by x. 1 by x. Remember all these values. These are most important formulas here and basic as well. In the upcoming discussions, we will discuss some more complex formulas which you will actually enjoy them by solving the problems related to them. So d by dx of let's discuss about mod x. D by dx of mod x. It's actually x by mod x. And the fifth one, let's talk about d by dx of, and remember one thing, whenever you got a logarithm term, then if you want to apply this 1 by x, the must and should condition is the base should be e. If any base is not given, then you can assume there is base is e, but if log 10 base x is given, then you should not apply this 1 by x formula here. तो हम क्या करेंगे, log x base 10 को log x to the base e by log 10 to the base e can also be written like this. So we will write 1 by x type of this, and we will get the final formula is 1 by x log 10 base e. 1 by x log 10. So this will be the formula. So this will come in the practice of this type of problems, the basic problems which we are going to discuss in the further concepts. But this is the main thing, and you have to remember this and write these 5. Okay, I'll discuss about then a power x. No, actually let's discuss about e power x. D by dx of e power x is actually itself e power x. So these are the basic 5 formulas. Just note it. I'll give you a 5 seconds time. 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. So let's go to the remaining formulas. If possible, write them in a clear way. Okay. Next, the sixth formula is d by dx of a power x. What is d by dx of a power x? Is actually a power x into log a. So let's go to the most important formula and the most basic and more occurring formula here. In this chapter we are going to discuss these type of problems more, which is d by dx of x power n. So example is d by dx of x square or x cubed, x power 4, x power 1 by 2, x power 4 by 3. All this comes under this type of category. So all these categories comes under only this formula, which you have to change all those in order to get into this type. Okay, let's take an example. So x square, d by dx of x square. So the formula is n into x power n minus 1. n into x power n minus 1. So in order to calculate an example of this type of problem, let's go d by dx of x square. So relate this formula to this problem. This is actually n is equal to 2 here. N is equal to 2. We got n is equal to 2. Then substituting the formula. n is equal to 2, then 2 into x power 2 minus 1, which is 2x. So always keep in your mind, differentiation reduces the function. Differentiation will reduce the function and integration will increase the terms and the powers, raises the function. This decreases the functions. Okay. So finally we have x square, but this is changed by differentiation to 2x. A power of x is reduced here. Power of x is reduced. In terms of integration, for example, I give you integration of x square dx, which is x cube by 3. X cube by 3. So we got a different term. We have only degree 2 in this question, but as the final result we got x cube, which is finally more than the degree of the given question. So what is the relation between integration and differentiation is the opposite manner. So differentiation will reduce the powers, integration will increase the powers, increase the grades. Okay, let's forget about this example, but actually you have to remember this. Okay, this main point is this one. So answer we got is 2x for x square. So finally if we calculate d by dx of x cube, d by dx of x cube is actually 3 into x power 3 minus 1, which is 3x square. पहले x cube था, but अब 3x square बन गया, तो power is reduced. So remember this, which is more helpful to solve this type of easiest problems. तो अभी हम जाने वाले हैं एक important topic पे, which have x power 1 by 2, x power 1 by 2 यानी कि root x. This is actually equal to root x. So what is d by dx of root x? d by dx of root x. So what is d by dx of root x here? 1 by 2 root x. This is a result. Actually this is a result. By substituting in this type of formulas, we get 1 by 2 root x as the final result. Okay, d by dx of root x is 2 root x. So how we got that formula, sir? Okay, well, let's discuss how we got that formula. I hope you all noted these remaining formulas as well. So let's go to the how we got the formula of d by dx of root x. So what is actually root x? Root x is equal to x power 1 by 2, which is you learnt in 8th or 7th class. d by dx will be covered by this function. Now root x is indicated as half power. So if n is equal to 1 by 2, then substitute in the formula d by dx of x power n is equal to n into x power n minus 1. So let's substitute here 1 by 2 into n is equal to 1 by 2 now. So that's why 1 by 2 into x power 1 by 2 minus 1, 1 by 2 minus 1, which is actually 1 by 2 into x power minus 1 by 2. So what we will write? X power minus 1 is equal to 1 by x, right? So here x power minus 1 by 2 is 1 by 2 into 1 by root x. 1 by 2 into 1 by root x. So in order to eliminate the negative from the power, we wrote that in the manner of a fraction or a reciprocal. So 1 by 2 into 1 by root x, 1 by 2 root x, 1 by 2 root x. तो यही है वो फार्मूला d by dx ऑफ रूट x की. तो चलिए आगे बढ़ते हैं, कई और फार्मूला ढूंढते हैं, कई और फार्मूला की तलाश में हम प्रॉब्लम्स करते हैं. पहले तो एक बात बताओ, आपको अभी तक कितने फार्मूलास हो गए? वो सब फार्मूलास में ग्रिप आनी चाहिए. तो आने वाले फार्मूलास में तो कुछ अलग ही बात होगा, बट अभी तक डिस्कस करते जा रहे थे ना फार्मूलास, उस फार्मूलास पे ग्रिप तो आनी चाहिए अभी तक तो. Class is the most important. We have to listen that with a full concentration so that you get half of the formulas which are discussed in the class. After the class, you need not to study those half formulas which you learnt in a concentrated manner. So let's go to the another problem here, another formula, which is actually, let's discuss about d by dx of greatest integer function of x, greatest integer function of x. In the functions chapter, you might have listened about the greatest integer function. This is a type of function, greatest integer function, which you will learn in the functions chapter. So greatest integer function means, for example, let's look at an example of 5.5. So greatest integer of 5.5 is 5 actually. Greatest integer of 5.5 is 5. So if we calculate the d by dx of x, which is constant, then we obviously get 0. According to the first formula we have learned, d by dx of a constant is 0. If we have a constant and the d by dx is 0 here, then actually the greatest integer function will give you the integer which is a constant actually, then that constant d by dx is 0. So this is the first possible case when x belongs to integer. What is that? The second case is d by dx of greatest integer function of x does not exist for the values which does not belongs to integers. This is the important topic here, which is the important topic. ये भी एक केस है, ये भी एक केस है, but mostly we will get these type of cases, and we also get these type of cases in some places which will be dealing with other discussions. But for now, note these two formulas. Let's go to the trigonometric functions d by dx of trigonometric functions. अभी तक का फार्मूलास तो बेसिक फार्मूलास है, बट अभी हम ट्रिग्नोमेट्री के साइड पे जाने वाले हैं. इस पूरी की पूरी चैप्टर में ट्रिग्नोमेट्री का यूज होगा, तो आप ट्रिग्नोमेट्री में ग्रिप लाने की कोशिश करो, तो आपको ये चैप्टर इजी हो जाएगा. तो डिफरेंशिएशन चैप्टर में तो हम ट्रिग्नोमेट्री का ही यूज करने वाले हैं, बिकॉज दिस इज अ कंटिन्यूएशन चैप्टर ऑफ ट्रिग्नोमेट्री. आफ्टर द ट्रिग्नोमेट्री ऑल द टॉपिक्स डिस्कस्ड, देन वी आर डिस्कसिंग दिस डिफरेंशिएशन. सो डिफरेंशिएशन इज एक्चुअली if this is a continuation chapter of the trigonometry according to all the NCERT as well. So this should be discussed after the completion of trigonometry. So trigonometry must be you must aware about the trigonometric formulas, mainly the inverse trigonometric functions and the hyperbolic functions, inverse hyperbolic functions. This type of you also remember those formulas, then these formulas will be easy. These formulas will be easy. So let's go to the differentiation of trigonometric functions. So d by dx of sin x, d by dx of cos x, d by dx of tan x, d by dx of cot x, d by dx of secant x, finally d by dx of cosecant x. So this will be in a circular manner. So if you remember this, the whole trigonometric functions derivatives will be easier when compared to all the other. So what is the d by dx, derivative of sin x? We actually, the result is cos x. Result is cos x. D by dx of cos x is minus sin x. Minus sin x. D by dx of tan x is secant square x. D by dx of cot x is minus cosecant square x. D by dx of secant x is secant x into tan x. D by dx of cosecant x is minus cosecant x into cot x. So we have negative values as well and positive values as well. So remember, negative values, I will give you a trick here. All the functions starting with the letter C will get negative derivatives. So कौन सा C से start हो रहा है यहाँ पे? Cos x is starting with C, cot x is starting with C, cosecant x is starting with C. If you parallelly see the derivatives of those, then you will observe that all of those have a negative sign before the derivatives. So this is the main key point here. Remember, all the remaining all the functions derivatives will have positive values. These are positive values, and these three values are negative values. So remember these three, and other will automatically become positive, and you will remember all these in a simple way. D by dx of sin x is cos x. D by dx of cos x is minus sin x. Letter starting with C. Remember, letter starting with C will get negative derivatives. Then it will be easier for differentiating the trigonometric functions. D by dx of tan x is secant square x. D by dx of cot x is minus cosecant square x. D by dx of secant square x is secant x into tan x. D by dx of cosecant x is equal to minus cosecant x into cot x. These are the 6 formulas and the 6th result of derivatives of trigonometric functions. So if you are done with it, so note them in your notebook. So noting these formulas is the most important thing. If you note them, then revise them daily, so that you will be perfect in calculating basic concept related problems. Basic concept related problems will be easier. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. चलो आगे बढ़ते हैं. Derivatives of, heading लगा लो, derivatives of inverse trigonometric functions. Derivatives आज का सेशन जो है वो टोटली फार्मूला बेस्ड सेशन होगा. डिफरेंशिएशन का चैप्टर के फार्मूलाज, सभी के सभी फार्मूलाज आज का सेशन में कवर होने की चांसेस बहुत है. हो नहीं पाए तो सेकेंड सेशन में हम उसको कंप्लीट करके अगले प्रॉब्लम्स पे डील करेंगे. तो डिफरेंशिएशन ऑफ इनवर्स trigonometric functions. Inverse trigonometric functions. Keep heading as definition of inverse trigonometric functions. D by dx of sin inverse x. D by dx of cos inverse x. D by dx of tan inverse x. D by dx of cot inverse x. D by dx of secant inverse x. So the d by dx of sin inverse x gives you the value of 1 by under root 1 minus x square, 1 by under root or square root of 1 minus x square. तो d by dx of cosecant inverse x, So according to the inverse trigonometric functions chapter, you will remember one thing, which is sin inverse x plus cos inverse x is equal to pi by 2. So in order to calculate this value, just substitute the values in it. Cos inverse x is equal to pi by 2 minus sin inverse x. So differentiating by both sides, d by dx of cos inverse x is equal to d by dx of pi by 2 minus d by dx of sin inverse x. Okay, pi by 2, d by dx of pi by 2 minus d by dx of sin inverse x is actually d by dx of minus sin inverse x. So we get minus 1 by square root of 1 minus x square. तो tan इनवर्स x का वैल्यू क्या होगा, d by dx of sin inverse x and d by dx of cos inverse x. We got all the values, but d by dx of tan inverse x is 1 by 1 plus x square. 1 by 1 plus x square. 1 by 1 plus x square is actually the result of d by dx of tan inverse x. Note up to here. I'll give you a 5 seconds or 10 seconds of time. Just note them. Actually, you have to note them fastly in order to maintain the balance in listening and writing. You have to develop some skills here. So, writing while listening is some different thing, because if we write during the listening, then there must be a concentration lag. There will be a concentration lag because we concentrate on writing and we concentrate on listening as well. So while listening a class, please remove the habit of writing. So that will be helpful in order to listen with a full concentration. In order to listen with full concentrations. Okay. Is the time sufficient to note these all values? तो चलिए आगे बढ़ते हैं. डी बाई डी एक्स ऑफ कॉट इनवर्स एक्स. तो वही चैप्टर का एग्जाम्पल लेते हैं. tan इनवर्स एक्स प्लस कॉट इनवर्स एक्स is equal to actually pi by 2. Then take this tan inverse to that side and differentiate on both sides. What you will get? The negative value of the actual tan inverse x derivative. So minus 1 by 1 plus x square is the value of the derivative of cot inverse x. Value of the derivative of cot inverse x. So let's discuss d by dx of secant inverse x. Secant inverse x. 1 by mod x into square root of x square minus 1. And the last formula, d by dx of cosecant inverse x is equal to the negative value of this, as per the chapter information about the secant inverse square x, secant inverse x plus cosecant inverse x is pi by 2. Then minus 1 by mod x into square root of x square minus 1. So note कर लो. नोट कर लिया. चलो आगे बढ़ते हैं. I hope you all got a clear clarity about the concepts which are discussed. अभी तक डिस्कस करने की कोशिश तो किया हमने, बट अभी कोई डाउट्स आए तो कमेंट सेक्शन में लिख दो. आई विल डेफिनेटली रेस्पॉन्ड टू दोज कमेंट्स हु आस्क डाउट्स. ओके, लेट्स गो टू द हेडिंग. लगा लो डिफरेंशिएशन ऑफ hyperbolic functions. hyperbolic functions. So here we are discussing about functions, right? Y is equal to f of x. So if a function like this is given, then the derivative of that is indicated by a thing which is y dash is equal to f dash of x. This indicates the derivative, and it's also indicated by 1 f1. It's also indicated by a bar. It's also indicated by some more representations, but this is the most common representation. Y dash is equal to f dash of x, which indicates the derivative, differentiating of the actual function. So let's go to the differentiation of hyperbolic functions. There will be six formulas. D by dx of sin hx, d by dx of cos hx, d by dx of tan hx, d by dx of cot hx, d by dx of secant hx, and d by dx of cosecant hx. First, write them. I'll give you the results of this. Write them. Actually, they are important. So I said in the beginning of the chapter, I said you about the importance of the trigonometric functions, the formulas of trigonometric functions. Okay, I hope you all noted them. So let's write their results. D by dx of sin hx is cos hx. D by dx of cos hx is sin hx. D by dx of tan hx is actually it is secant square hx. Except the tan, we all get a linear hyperbolic functions, not square to those. So up to here, if you noticed one thing, there is no negative sign. Then for trigonometric functions we got 3 negative signs, but there are no negative signs for the first 3. So obviously there will be negative signs for these remaining 3. So remember, in a cyclic way here, same terms, but the hyperbolic function is discussed here, but the negative terms are shifted towards down. Cot x is actually minus cosecant h square x, and the next one minus secant hx into tan hx, and the next one minus cosecant hx into cot hx. So नोट कर लो. अभी आगे बढ़ेंगे ट्रिग्नोमेट्रिक इनवर्स हाइपरबोलिक फंक्शंस, डिफरेंशिएशन ऑफ इनवर्स हाइपरबोलिक फंक्शंस. तो कमेंट पे ज़रूर बताना कि आपको हिंदी अच्छी लग रही है कि इंग्लिश. So we are as well as discussing in the English language also. So write in the comments which language is suitable for you, and I'll try to speak in that. Okay. I hope you all noted these values because I gave you a lot of time in the beginning. आपको टाइम नहीं मिला तो वीडियो को पास करके ज़रूर नोट करना, because they are the important formulas here. All the formulas which we are going to discuss in this session is the important formulas of this chapter. Differentiation of inverse hyperbolic functions. Inverse hyperbolic functions. So same as well, d by dx of sin h inverse x dy dx of cos h inverse x dy dx of tan h inverse x dy dx of cot h inverse x. Wait a minute, I'll come. I actually got a doubt that these upper headings are visible or not, so I checked them, so they are okay. And now what happened? Okay, let's discuss about d by dx of secant h inverse x, then d by dx of cosecant h inverse x. Okay, so the results are somewhat weird as compared to other set of differentiation. So d by dx of h inverse x is 1 by under root 1 minus 1 plus x square, by under root 1 plus x square, 1 by under root 1 plus x square for all values of x. So d by dx of cos h inverse x is 1 by under root 1 minus x square for minus 1 to 1. Okay, this have a specific range of values. Okay, d by dx of tan h inverse x is 1 by 1 minus x square for minus 1 to 1. d by dx of cot h inverse x is 1 by 1 minus x square for, अरे सर they have got the equal values. How? चलो मैं बताता हूँ आपको. ये वाला रेंज में आपको ये आंसर मिलेगा, और ये वाला आप देख पा रहे ना, it has a specific range. The range difference will be different. The range will be different for different tan h inverse x and cot h inverse x. Tan h inverse x and cot h inverse x. So this will be written as well as negative infinity to minus 1 union 1 to infinity. Okay, you all got the difference between these two. So here we have completed up to the cot h inverse x. Then let's discuss about the secant h inverse x, which is 1 by minus 1 by x into under root 1 minus x square, minus 1 by x into under root 1 minus x square. Okay, I am erasing these the range values here. अभी तक तो आप नोट कर लेंगे, बट डी बाई डी एक्स ऑफ कोसेकेंट h inverse x is minus 1 by mod x into under root 1 plus x square. तो अभी तक को फार्मूलास तो कंप्लीट हो गए, बट वी आर स्टिल विथ still left with some formulas about the d by dx of the some determinant values and some parametric differentiation, derivative of implicit functions, logarithmic differentiation. We are all left with those concepts, but before going to them, let's discuss about some basic algebra in differentiation. Algebra. What is algebra, sir? There will be a joke. What is algebra? Okay. Let's come into the topic, which is algebra in differentiation. Algebra in differentiation. Algebra indicates plus, minus, into, divided by. These four operations are included in algebra. So we are going to discuss the addition, subtraction, multiplication and division in the differentiation now. That is quite important and interesting thing in the differentiation concept. So let's take an example. For suppose we have y is equal to 2x plus 3. Y is equal to 2x plus 3. Let's take another color. Okay, we have an example of y is equal to 2x plus 3 and you are asked to calculate the differentiation and the derivative of 2x plus 3. Then अभी तक तो हम सिंगल टर्म की बात कर रहे थे, बट अभी दो टर्म्स आ गया, ये वाला एक और ये वाला एक. तो अभी इस वाले सिचुएशन में हम अलजेब्रा इन डिफरेंशिएशन का कॉन्सेप्ट यूज करके इजीली सॉल्व कर सकते हैं, विच इज डी बाई डी एक्स ऑफ x plus y is equal to d by dx of x plus d by dx of y. Important result according to the algebra in differentiation. D by dx of x plus y, which is actually in this form 2x plus 3. So that's why I am discussing about this example. The result will come in terms of d by dx of x plus d by dx of y. So remember this, and these type of formulas will also be coming in the next discussion, which is subtraction and multiplication of same algebra in differentiation concept. So by using this formula, let's calculate the derivative of y is equal to 2x plus 3. Then we have d by dx of x, which is here 2x is x, here 3 is y according to the formula given. So let's substitute them. D by dx of 2x plus 3 is equal to d by dx of 2x plus d by dx of 3. So we have discussed one, if the given term is in the form of k into x, then k into d by dx of the remaining term, this is equal to this. Okay, we have discussed this result. So by using those, let's take out the 2 outside. So 2 into d by dx into x plus d by dx of a constant will be 0 according to the first formula which we have discussed, which is 2 into dx by dx, which is 1. 2 plus 0, which is actually 2. So the answer of derivative of 2x plus 3 is 2, and we solved this problem using this formula. So this is the important formula, noted by keeping a subheading as addition in differentiation. Addition in differentiation. I would have taught you this concept before discussing about the trigonometric functions, but anyway, we are discussing them after the completion of the trigonometric and inverse hyperbolic functions of trigonometry. So, okay, let's go ahead with the subtraction of subtraction in differentiation. So if we have a formula like this before case, if 3x square minus 2x is given, y is equal to 3x square minus 2x. So if you have asked to calculate the algebra and differentiation, which is derivative of this compound, so we use that formula. So d by dx of same type of formula, but sign will be changed. X minus y is equal to d by dx of x minus d by dx of y. D by dx of x minus y is equal to d by dx of x minus d by dx of y. So which is actually same formula as the previous case. So as the result, we can write d by dx plus or minus d by dx of x plus or minus y is equal to d by dx of x plus or minus d by dx of y. This is the combined formula except the multiplication and division. They have different cases, but if we are dealing with the addition and subtraction, then this formula will be a combined formula, and this is the most important formula related to algebra in differentiation. बाकी सब formulas भी important है, but ये वाला थोड़ा ज़्यादा यूज़ करेंगे हम सभी डिस्कशंस में. हम इस वाले फार्मूला को यूज़ करने वाले हैं. Instead of using the multiplication and division, they are somewhat rare in order to compare to this type of addition and subtraction in differentiation. तो फटाफट से आंसर को ट्राई कर लीजिए. इस वाले प्रॉब्लम 3x square minus 2x y is equal to 3x square minus 2x is given to you, and just try to find the differentiation of the by using this formula. I'll give you वीडियो को पास करके ट्राई करना. By trying, you will get a clear idea in your mind. Oh, we will rule this type of problems in this manner. We will do this type of problems in this manner. And what happens if you get solution? Then you will be happy. Okay. I hope you all tried the problem. Let's find the solution. According to this formula, y is equal to 3x square minus 2x will be derivative like d by dx of 3x square minus 2x is d by dx of 3x square minus d by dx of 2x. 3x square is actually 6x minus 2. I have calculated in my mind. Instead of I have substituted this in the formula, in the first formula, in the second formula. So from now we are not going to discuss those type of terms we have substituted in the first formula, we have substituted in the second formula. Those are unnecessary talkings. So let's, by seeing the value of a function given, you have to calculate in your mind what is the derivative of the function given. So that will be helpful if you learn them by practicing more and more problems. 6x minus 2 is the final answer of that given function. If you are done with the noting of this notes of subtraction in algebra in differentiation, then let's go to the multiplication. Let's give you 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. Okay. Let me erase this. And let's go to the multiplication. Multiplication, which is also known as product rule, and which is also known as UV method. It has several names, but the process is same. Okay. Multiplication or product rule or UV method in differentiation. So let's take an example. Let me say you the formula. Okay. d by dx of u into v. Let's say u and v are differentiable functions. There will be existence of not differentiable functions, but we are talking about differentiable functions. Let's take example of uv. U comma v are differentiable functions and they are in the product. So what is the differentiation process? Which is actually, let me write with another color. U into d by dx of v plus v into d by dx of u. Keep a term constant and differentiate the second one, and plus keep the another remaining term constant and differentiate the remaining term. This is a simple way to remember this formula. This is also called as product rule. This is also called as multiplication of differentiation. And this is also called as UV method, because we are talking the formula in u comma v terms. That's why it's also called as UV method. Okay, we have a formula. It's also written in the form of uv dash plus vu dash. This is more simply written, and if you remember in this format, that will be easy to remember. Okay, let's try a problem. Let's say sin x into cos x. We have a function like this, then we have to differentiate that term. Then if we see clearly by substituting in this, we get y is y differentiate d by dx of sin x into cos x is equal to sin x into different d by dx of cos x, which is minus sin x, plus cos x into d by dx of sin x cos x. Cos square x minus sin square x will be the final answer of after the completion of the differentiation in the multiplication way. We have just used this formula and we have calculated the final result of this type of problem. So if you want more problems, we will discuss the more problems in the next lecture. But for now, this is the first example of this method. So let's, without any waste of time, let's go to the division in differentiation. We have completed 3 models, which are addition, subtraction and multiplication. Multiplication rule is also known as product rule. So then obviously the division rule is also known as quotient rule. Quotient rule. D by dx of u by v is equal to u v dash minus v u dash by v square. This is a somewhat more complex formula compared to all other formulas. So that is the formula, and that will teach you the method of differentiating the functions which are in the division state. So that is the quotient rule. Let's assume u and v are two differentiable functions. In the previous discussion also, we discussed about the differentiable functions. So in this also, we are going to discuss the differentiable functions as well. These u comma v are two differentiable functions. If we write this u comma v in the terms of f of x and g of x, that will be a too much bigger formula, but that formula is same as this more complicated formula here. That will be more complicated when compared to this type of expression, the same formula. So this formula is same as that formula, but that will be in terms of f of x and g of x. This will be in terms of u and v, where the same concept and the same formula but different terms. So up to here we have completed algebra in differentiation. So these were the basic discussions and basic formulas. Up to here we have completed the 50% of the theory. No, 70% of theory is completed. Up to here 70% of the theory is completed. Then there is only 30% remaining, which is differentiation of matrices and determinants, differentiation in logarithmic functions, logarithm differentiation, parametric differentiation, and some 4 to 5 theory related concepts are remaining. So we will discuss them in the next session, and until then keep revising the notes of this lecture, and until then stay tuned. Have a nice day. Thank you.